Good morning. Welcome to Unity in Harlem Sunday service. Today, December 4th, 2022. All are welcome. Enter and stay for a while. We are always pleased to welcome our Unity in Harlem speaker and teacher, Reverend Carol J. Hunt. For the month of December, the topic celebrates darkness. Today's talk is entitled The Unknown. Mary Poncé will perform the opening celebration song, Nearer Than Air, by Michael Gott, rearranged by Mary Poncé. Unity in Harlem affirmations will be read by Bob Poncé. Reading of the daily word, peace. Preparations and meditation, the melody. I will be gentle with myself. The Father and I are one. The Spirit and I are one. Would be rendered by Marie Poncé. Meditation would be by Reverend Carol J. Hunt. For talk, under the heading Celebrate Darkness, the title The Unknown. A short musical interlude by Bob Poncé, followed by prayer request, tithe, and offering by Reverend Carol J. Hunt. Marie Poncé will render us with another one of her selections, Jesus, Jesus, oh what a wonderful child. Then our prayer of protection by Reverend Carol J. Hunt, and our closing song, the Peace Song by Marie. Blessing.
Can we enjoy the presence It's like the air around me. It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me. I am touched by amazing grace. And all I ever wanted, all I ever needed is already there. Closer than the sunlight, nearer than the air I breathe in, and I am filled with the Spirit, and my breath becomes a song that is singing all day long, that is singing everywhere, nearer than the air. It's like the air around me. It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me. I am touched by amazing grace. And all I ever wanted, all I ever needed is already there. closer, closer than the sunlight, nearer, nearer than the air, closer, closer than the sunlight, nearer than the air is already there. All I ever needed. I breathe in and I am filled with the Spirit. I am filled with the Spirit. Thank you.
For announcements, Unity in Harlem Zoom connection 698-428-2725 and by phone 929-205-6099 using passcode 7777777. Join us after service, immediately after service, for fellowship. Tuesday study group starts at 6 through 8 p.m. We continue to explore the book The Universe is Calling by Eric Butterworth. Friday, Unity in Harlem Prayer Circle from 6 to 7 p.m. Unity in Harlem for December 2022 is featured on Unity in Harlem Facebook page. Anyone wanting to speak to the minister about a personal matter, feel free to call 646-481-1844. Next Sunday, December 11th, the theme will continue Celebrate Darkness. What you don't know will be the title. Coming soon, Unity in Harlem Pastoral Ministry, Unity in Harlem Prayer Center, training date for prayer fellowship. Prayer fellows will begin in January 2023. Thank you.
Isaiah 55 verse 11 says, "So shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose, and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it." Unity affirmations speak to the power of our words, and particularly the power of I am. And so we say this affirmation every Sunday to affirm our divine nature. The words are on the screen, and I invite you to say them with me. I am an abundant, radiating center of God's love and light for peace, healing, and inner truth for all.
Sunday, December 4th, 2022. Peace. Today we affirm, centered in God, I am a peaceful presence. And our message reads, stepping away from the busyness of holiday preparations and the important work that must be completed before year's end, I continue my Advent journey by practicing peace in the present moment wherever I am. I am gracious with store clerks and servers in restaurants. I add positive, peaceful thoughts to conversations. When I'm traveling, I bless other drivers with whom I share the road and my fellow passengers on public transportation. Peace flows from that place in consciousness where God's presence fills my awareness. I need not find a quiet corner. When I am willing, anywhere can be a peaceful sanctuary. The peace of God refreshes me and goes with me as I return to the activities of the day. Wherever I go, whatever I'm doing, I am a peaceful presence. Our Bible verse for today is from Psalm 29:11. May the Lord give strength to his people. May the Lord bless his people with peace.
This song is put together for Carol Hunt, Reverend Carol Hunt. I will be gentle with myself. I'll be gentle with myself. I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be gentle with my heart. I'll be gentle with my heart. I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. The Father and I are one. The Father and I are one. Are one, are one, are one, are one. The Father and I are one. The Spirit and I are one. The Spirit and I are one. The Spirit and I are one. Are one, are one, are one, are one, are one, are one. We live in the light of God. We live in the light of God. Are one, are one, are one, are one. We live in the light of God. I will be gentle with myself. I'll be gentle with myself. I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be gentle with my heart. I'll be gentle with my heart. I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. The Father and I are one. The Father and I are one. Are one, are one, are one, are one, are one, are one. The Mother and I are one. The Spirit and I are one. The Spirit and I are one. The Spirit and I are one. Are one, are one, are one. Are one, are one, are one. We live in the light of God. We live in the light of God. We live in the light of God. The light, the light, the light, the light. Are one, are one, are one, are one, are one, are one, are one. I'm gentle with myself. Divinity is one in myself. I'm gentle with my love, my heart, my life, my joy, my peace. My peace. Take that with you all week. Why not? Reverend Carol Hunt, I did this for you. I've been looking for this background for so many years now. I finally have it. So this is my gift to you today.
Thank you.
Reverend Carol J. Hunt.
Thank you so much. Good morning to everybody, and blessings on this beautiful day. The songs that Marie just sang, how appropriate they are to our theme for today and to this moment. We all need to be reminded, certainly me, to be gentle. I am always carrying the idea that the service today and other things go in right and perfect order every time. And I would suppose that each of us involved in the things that are meaningful to us, we want it to go perfectly. So the mantra to be gentle and know all things are in divine order when it appears not to be is a good thing. The Spirit, the Father, yes. To say yes to it, for we are one with it. And not being gentle with ourselves, not being gentle with myself, is a denial of that oneness. The oneness that says all is good. I want to share the daily word today because it's about peace. And when we are gentle, we are more peaceful. And this first day of Advent in December, first Sunday in Advent, it's all about, in many, many ways, being in the energy of peace, being in the energy of the peaceful presence. These are the words for December 4. Centered in God, I am a peaceful presence. Think about those words. Centered in God, I am a peaceful presence. Stepping away from the busyness of holiday preparations and the important work that must be completed before year's end, I continue my Advent journey by practicing peace in the present moment wherever I am. I am gracious with store clerks and servers in restaurants. I add positive, peaceful thoughts to conversations. When I am traveling, I bless other drivers with whom I share the road and my fellow passengers on public transportation. Peace flows from that place in consciousness where God's presence fills my awareness. I need not find a quiet corner. When I am willing, anywhere can be a peaceful sanctuary. The peace of God refreshes me, goes with me as I return to the activities of the day. It's just simply taking that moment. Wherever I go, Whatever I am doing, I am a peaceful presence. And from Psalm 29:11, may the Lord give strength to his people. May the Lord bless his people with peace. Those are wonderful words to begin this season, to be committed to being a peaceful presence, to knowing our oneness, and to be gentle. Thank you, Marie. As we enter into our quiet time, or continue our quiet time, let us remember a good friend of Unity in Harlem who is now hospitalized, and her name is Marie Claire Dubuchet. She was with us on the talk after our service, our fellowship time, a couple of weeks ago. And so today, as we gather in this quiet reflection, remember her, that she be in peace, that she be gentle with herself, that she know oneness. With eyes closed and no distractions, focus on your breath, breathing in and out. Just connect with your easy rhythm, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. In, out, relax. In, out, relax. Look for places in your body, any place that's uncomfortable, painful, feeling stressed, strained. It could be in places like your mind and the thoughts that you have right now that don't want to settle down. They keep coming and going and coming and going. You want to breathe in, exhale to these places, and breathe the word relax. 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 Breathe in and relax. Feel the energy of the breath as it goes to those places in your body, following the power of your spoken word. Relax. Let go. Relax. Let go. Breathe in a little deeper and exhale more slowly. Breathe in more deeply. Exhale more slowly. And now take a deep breath. Hold the breath for 5. And then exhale for 7 on your own. Again, breathe in deeply. Fill your lungs. Hold the breath. Hold for 5. Exhale slowly for 7. Feel the energy of the breath as it flows through your body. Feel it as it relaxes you. And you let go. Let go. You are quiet You are still. At the center of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. Let peace abide right now. Let the peace that we have been promised, that passes all understanding, abide right now. There is nothing to change, nothing to disturb, nothing to fix. Nothing to change, nothing to disturb, nothing to fix. There is only quiet solitude. Imagine for yourself anything that is peaceful to you. Imagine your peace. Let that abide as you, and let that go before you. You walk in peace. You leave footsteps of peace behind you. Others walk in the steps of peace you leave. Let them come. Let them come and walk with you as they leave steps of peace. And they invite others to walk in steps of peace. Peace brings clarity, understanding, wholeness, prosperity, health, we feel the power of these words. And let these words abound wherever we walk. See yourself as understanding. See yourself as clarity. See yourself as prosperity. Let them all be in abundance, health, wholeness. And we can now affirm, I am the peace I want to see in the world. I am that peace that passes understanding. I am that peace that is clear. I am that peace that is whole, that is one. I am that peace that understands completely, fully. I demonstrate the peace of health and wholeness. I breathe it in and I release it. All that peace is. I breathe it in and release the energy of peace. Let peace be peace as me. And now our thoughts turn to coming back from where we started. We come back relaxed, refreshed, renewed. We come back ready and energize to be all that peace can be now. We take a deep breath, release the breath, we take another deep breath, and release the breath. We feel ourselves in our seat. We feel ourselves in our surroundings that are so familiar. We open our eyes and we are open and receptive. All of this in the name and nature of the Christ. Amen. My friends, today we begin a celebration. The celebration of Advent, the celebration of darkness. And many of you may say, well, how can we celebrate darkness during the month of Advent when the month of Advent is all about light? It is not about darkness at all. Well, we have learned from the scriptures that Advent did have something to do with darkness. And since darkness is natural and normal, then the light is part and parcel of that darkness. So this month we're going to decide intentionally to use darkness, to use it maybe the way the universe, the spirit, God intended for us to use it for our personal growth. I don't know if any of you remembered, but today you were supposed to show up wherever you are with a bulb, a light bulb. In fact, I encouraged everyone to get a black bulb. Now, it's not absolutely necessary to have a black bulb, but it does help with the symbolism. And with us not being able to see one another in this setting, it helps in terms of referring to it, at least for today, darkness. Behind me, and I hope you can see it well, is a object that I have covered with a bright red throw. And over the bright red throw is a bulb, a light bulb, and one of my crocheted shawls. So hopefully what you see is through the openings of the shawl, you see the red background and you see the bulb. This bulb happens to be a three-way bulb. I believe it goes 50, 100, and 150 when it is actually in use, which is helpful to us today. So I hope you can see it and look closely. It will be before us every Sunday. And if you did not bring a bulb or want to get a bulb or forgot to get the bulb, go on Mr. Google and you can find many free images of bulbs, and you can print them out and keep them before you for these next couple of weeks. So today, we're really going to talk more about darkness than anything else. The dark is nothing to be afraid of. When we shed light on the dark, we can come into a new way of being and thinking. I can remember a time, and who knows, I might still be like this, when I was in the country and pitch black outside. If there were stars, I was not aware of it. All I knew is that in front of me, I could not see. And I happened to have to be out there standing with someone who was waiting to be picked up. I was not comfortable. Standing in the dark when I couldn't reach out and touch something. Oh, I could touch the person, but within the center of Carroll Hunt, I was uncomfortable in the dark. Today is the first day of Advent. This month is all about a light that has come to humankind because man was living in darkness. Not much has changed. The cast of characters has changed from one year to the next, from one millennial to the next, depending on whether or not mankind is interested in bringing light into the world or not. The word Advent itself means to be aware of or the announcement of a notable person, a thing, or an event. And in this case, of course, the word is used because this is an event and about a notable person. The Hebrew people had been waiting for the arrival of their notable person for more than 400 years. They wanted to announce their notable Messiah, their exceptional teacher, their king, their priest to the entire world. They felt this notable person would make them acceptable to the nations around them to the extent they would wield power like the other nations. Interesting, as we keep up with the news and read the papers, not too much has changed. It never occurred to them that the 400 years of living in the dark, waiting for this unknown notable person, was actually right among them in full view. They had gotten glimpses of him, meaning shades of light. In other words, when you look at my symbol behind me, it's the little reds that you see through the crocheted shawl. They had gotten some glimpses. In fact, they really had two. We could look on it as two. They called them prophets. Throughout their history, there were prophets, and they got glimpses of light, of this notable, being a notable person. And the number two, I would say, was their own self. They got glimpses of this great teacher, this Messiah, from themselves. When you think about it, we live day to day in darkness. By this I mean we live in the unknown, whether it is the unknown about what's for dinner, or should I take the job offer, or should I move from New York to Italy, or getting directions from one part of the city to another. The daily trappings of life are unknown. We are constantly spending our time trying to know. Just know. And if we could know ahead of time, that would be even better. We spend our time trying to know, getting to know. Take, for instance, there was a time when a couple became pregnant. It was acceptable to wait until the birth of the child to know the gender. Science made it possible for everyone to know if the baby would be a boy or a girl early on. Today, for other reasons, gender identification at birth does not mean that will be the way a person will identify later in life, as we are finding out daily. The unknown continues, my friend. Unity defines darkness as ignorance. It is ignorance in the sense part of ourselves, the five senses. It is living and determining what to do through our five senses without the benefit of spiritual intelligence, giving direction to our five senses. We know what it's like. We know how any of the five senses behave when they are allowed to run amok. The senses are then behaving, manifesting underdeveloped. They need the intelligence of spirituality, your spirituality, to be able to respond intelligently. When we do not apply or use spiritual truth through and from our spiritual nature, our senses are living in darkness, and the unknown persists day after day after day after day. Actually, what is happening, the senses are responding and being used for pleasure. And if you would think about it, each of them can indeed be used for pleasure. But that pleasure can be intelligent. Jesus had this challenge with the disciples. He knew in time they would be able to go directly to the Father within for guidance. He knew this. They would not hear what he was saying to them as dark sayings. Dark sayings to them and to us are, I don't understand. How many times do you read through the scriptures and they say, oh, they didn't understand. Oh, didn't know what he was talking about. Even Mary, at the announcement of her pregnancy, she took the words and what does it say? Pondered them. She didn't understand. They were in ignorance when he would speak to them of spiritual things. They were living in human consciousness. They were living in sense consciousness. They had not experienced a breakthrough to see from the true light, from the spiritual light. In 1 John 2:9, it says, he who says he is in the light and hates his brother is in darkness. There are some references that say he is a liar. In other words, he's saying what's not true. He is not in the light. He's in darkness because he is responding from his human senses, not his spiritually directed sense. There is a story about a woman who lived in a cave her entire life with thousands of others, deep beneath the earth. It was dark. There were times when she and others would get glimpses of light. A fish go by and it glowed. She would see an occasional traveler that carried a lamp, a bulb. She wandered sometimes too close to the edge of the cave and see something of the outside world. She would see flickering lights. Thousands like her lived in this gigantic cave and passed their existence in darkness. They stumbled along, even though some of them fell to their death because they didn't see the drop-off. Some died because of being bitten by poisonous creatures. They lived among incredible crystals, formations, jewels, beauty. However, they remained oblivious to this and to the colors and all of the colors of nature around them. The question is, why would they choose to stumble in fearful darkness? They would not admit to themselves and dare not talk about it among themselves that they chose darkness because they didn't want others to see them as they saw themselves, as they really were. Living in darkness, they had convinced themselves they were clean and healthy. They did not want to admit that wasn't true. Light, on the other hand, would show them things and themselves as they really were. They were dirty, dried up blood covering their bodies, pus oozing out of uncared for wounds, sores and diseases that had ravished their bodies, mangled hair, weak eyes. Folks, they were a mess. Here is where we can see what happens when we live life in the darkness of ignorance. We are constantly in the unknown, making choices through our five senses, devoid of any impact or influence of intelligent direction from our spiritual nature, our spiritual identity. We stumble off of all kinds of cliffs in life. We allow our bodies to be the vehicle for dis-ease and disease of all kinds. It seems we would rather suffer humanly through these experiences, leading to premature death and ongoing spiritual ignorance. Had the cave dwellers realized the healing life that was available, that could be theirs, they would have ran to the light. They would have not hesitated for a moment. Instead, they chose to live in darkness, preferring it rather than the light of life. They live and chose to live in fear. The answer to darkness, my friends, is truth. The answer to the unknown is light. When you don't know, bring your light. Darkness holds the truth. nothing to be afraid of. The challenge is to understand that you are just like the disciples, that Jesus wanted to eventually be able to speak to them in dark sayings, not to speak to them in dark sayings. In other words, they wouldn't hear it as dark. He wants you. He wants you to be able to hear what he says to you, not in dark sayings, but you would eventually, like the disciples, understand. And he would be able to speak to you plainly, plainly of the Father. That's from John 16. So let's remind ourselves. These words of Jesus is not about you hearing dark sayings from him. It's about you ceasing to hear dark sayings from yourself, your human self, your sense self. Saying you don't hear or don't understand because you are living in ignorance, darkness. Rather, you would know and understand that Jesus, when he speaks of the Father, is referring to your spiritual identity, your Christ, your I am presence. There is the light to shed on the unknown. The truth is that you are one with the Father. You are one with the Christ. You are one with the I am presence. We heard today the Father and I are one. The Christ and I are one. Yesterday, I attended a funeral live stream for a minister in Unity. Her name was Reverend Joy Weiler. I don't know if you knew her, or had heard about her. It just happened that Reverend Joy Weiler was born with an unusual form of dwarfism. She was what is called, I guess these days, a little person. I'm not sure how tall Joy Weiler was. Maybe 2.5 feet. But what a person she was. She graduated college, went to law school, worked in the field of law, for profit, not for profit. She had 2 or 3 careers. And then she decided to become a Unity minister and served in Lehigh, Pennsylvania for 11 years. Retired from there and then recently made her transition. She was in her middle 60s. What she accomplished is beyond what I can share with you. What I will share with you was what she was as a person. She was a determined individual. Aside from being smart, her commitment, her love her compassion, the harmony that she brought to any situation and any opportunity to sit and talk with her was over the top. She adopted 3 children who were also little people. 1 died in infancy, and 2 are still living. 1 was at the service and spoke of her mother and how strong she was and what she taught them, how to be strong. Joy Weiler, you didn't know she was short. She was as tall as I was when I talked to her. In other words, I am saying she was never in darkness. She knew who she was as a spiritual being, and that's how she carried herself. She had to think that way, be that way, live that way. She never heard a dark saying. They were all sayings of light. When you met her, you were just simply in awe. In awe. I admired her from afar. She did not live in darkness. She knew the truth. And she experienced the light. She was the light. You want to hear that which speaks to you plainly. Then the unknown is gone with the light of truth. Bless you, my friends. Let us prepare for our prayer requests, our tithe, and our love offering. Become still and close your eyes. Center in the oneness that you already are. Call forth the light that is within you. See clearly. Hear distinctly. Feel the energy. Taste and see the Lord is good. Be at the center of your five senses, blessing them and calling them forth to be the highest and best they can be. Know them, bless them, give thanks for them. Let them teach you who and what they are. Let Spirit speak through them to you. Let this be our prayer request. There is no darkness to be afraid of. Light dispels the darkness. The light of oneness is who and what we are. We breathe that into this space, giving thanks. And those that we have concern for, we bring them into this circle and let this energy of oneness heal all diseases and disease. Bring abundance, allowing it to unfold. And speak lovingly with compassion. See your loved one, your friend, your concern, surrounded in this energy and light, and all darkness disappears. We know this in the name of the Christ. Amen. We think now of the gift we would share with Unity in Harlem. and we see our gift, and we give thanks for the Spirit that flows through us and manifests in our world and offers us the desire to give. As we give, so we receive. One experience, giving and receiving. We let that cycle continue, giving and receiving, blessing all those that come into the circle of giving, knowing that their receiving has already begun. We give thanks for all those who continue to support this ministry. And we know that the giving and receiving spirit is alive and well and accompanies them everywhere they go. We see before us on the screen the words that we share every Sunday at this time. I will read them first, and then you are invited to share them with me. Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Shall we know it together? Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. So be it.
Let's sing this song like a happy, healthy child that we are. Come on, everybody stand to your feet. Come on. Jesus, oh, Jesus. Oh, the wonderful child. Jesus, Jesus. So holy, new life, new hope, new joy, new life, new hope, new joy you bring. Won't you listen to the angels sing? Glory, 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 glory to the newborn King. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Oh, the wonderful child. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. So holy, make him out. New life, new hope, new joy, new life, new hope, new joy you bring. And won't you listen to the angels sing? Glory, 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 glory to the newborn King. He was heralded by the angel, born in a lonely manger. The Virgin Mary was his mother, and Joseph was his earthly father. 3 wise kings came from afar. They were guided by a shining star to see King Jesus where he lay in a manger full of hay. Jesus, 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 oh, what a wonderful child. Jesus, 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 holy. Make him out new life, new hope, new joy, new life, new hope, new joy you bring. Won't you listen to the angels sing? Glory, glory, glory to the newborn King. He was heralded to Jesus, 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 holy, healer, righteous follower, King Jesus. Oh, love of my soul, lily of the valley, Jesus. Ooh, Christ in me, Christ in me, growing strong in peace, in joy, in growth. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, Holy Ghost, Jesus. Glory, glory. Oh, isn't that a fun song? Takes you right back to being a little child. Isn't that great? Oh, thank you so much, Carol. What a great, great, in depth. It just celebrates the question mark in our lives, the joy of the blind spot, the joy of just surprise, and embracing that surprise. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. All things working together today very nicely.
Oh, isn't it great? God's good. What a wonderful child.
All right. Join us later, and now we'll do the prayer of protection.
All right. The light of God surrounds us.
The
The
love
love of God
and
enfolds us.
the
The
power,
power of God protects us.
the
The presence of God watches over us.
where
Wherever we are,
God
God is, and all is well. Amen. Yes. We can affirm that every single day.
So, shall we have our peace song?
Absolutely. Let there be peace. Everybody sing with us. Grab hands if you have hands to grab, and if not, imagine it. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Thank you.
Thank you.